This is a story about forbidden love, wrongful imprisonment, and eternal damnation.
This is the Spinhuis.
It was founded in 1597 as a women's prison run by the St. Ursula Cloister. The gate here was designed by Henrik de Geyser in 1645, and it shows the image of working women kept under the stick by the matron or guard. There are 2 rules inscribed over the door by P.C. Hooft. Strong is the hand of punishment, with kindness as its aim. Don't cry, but compel the goodness. The women held here were responsible for sewing linen, spinning cotton, and even brewing beer and mustard. It was used and sold by the church. It was an excellent way of ensuring long-term cheap labour. 30 to 40% of all buildings in Amsterdam at the time were owned by the church. The original building was actually burnt down in 1643, but was rebuilt as we see it today in 1645. It was famously used to house a political prisoner opposed to Napoleon's occupation. In later years it became a police headquarters and then eventually taken over by the University of Amsterdam. A visit to the Spinhuis was actually grounds for divorce, and most women who were lucky enough to get out of the Spinhuis had to find work mostly as prostitutes. The Fallen Women of Amsterdam. There are many ghost stories here at the Spinhuis of the guilty, the sad, and the vulnerable. But one story in particular that stands out today is the sad story of forbidden love. Opposite the Spinhuis was a rectory, where now a famous hotel occupies. A priest fell madly in love with a young girl, and remember that young was young back then. When they were found out, she was sentenced to spend the rest of her life working at the Spinhuis, and he was protected by the church. However, he returned shamefully to his room at the rectory, overlooking the Spinhuis, where he hung himself. Committing 2 cardinal sins, he condemned himself to repeat this hanging every night forever in one of the rooms of this now hotel. Some guests have even been awoken by him at night, repeating, hanging, watching.
And this is the Spinhuis.